Mr. Vice President, India is compelled to exercise its right of reply in response to references made to it by Pakistan and the OIC. We categorically reject the baseless and malicious allegations made by Pakistan. We also categorically reject the references to J&K made by the OIC. Pakistan's propaganda is designed to mask its domestic failures and support for terrorism. Its misuse of the OIC coordinator's role only reinforces this deception. We have no desire to dignify such propaganda. However, we would like to make a few points. For the record, Jammu and Kashmir was, is, and will always remain an integral and inalienable part of India. The only unresolved issue is Pakistan's illegal occupation of Indian territories and their return. Mr. Vice President, Pakistan's propaganda cannot obscure the reality of repression in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The ongoing tragedy in Rawalakot, the killing of hundreds of civilians, and the brutal crackdown across Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir are the predictable outcome of a system built on forcible occupation and sustained through repression. Decades of military land grabs, demographic engineering, and the denial of basic freedoms have brought matters to a point where even demands for bread, electricity, rights, and dignity are met with bullets and brutality. This should surprise no one. An illegal and illegitimate occupation can be sustained only through force. Mr. Vice President, this is the country where the sitting defense minister boasts of hosting, training, and deploying terrorists as state policy, and yet Pakistan calls itself a victim of terrorism. Indeed, a paradox which only Pakistan could sustain. It is a living example of a Frankenstein state which is shocked when its own monster bites back. Mr. Vice President, our position on Indus Water Treaty is well known. It defies logic that a state which exports terror as an instrument of policy continues to demand the privileges of cooperation predicated on goodwill and friendship. It is equally undeniable that the treaty is now outdated. No technical arrangement can remain frozen in time while the world around it is transformed. A treaty negotiated in 1960 cannot be treated as a perpetual entitlement, which is insulated from accountability, detached from present-day realities, and untouched by the profound changes of the past 6 decades. The escalating impacts of climate change, advances in technology, and the growing imperative for sustainable clean energy demand a re-evaluation of the treaty's relevance and applicability. Mr. Vice President, instead of coveting Indian territories, Pakistan would serve itself and its people far better by putting its own house in order. Its seasonal theatrics in this council have long outlived any novelty.
If you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe to Mirror Now.